All right, hello everybody. We are going to be jumping into some more Ren. Today we're doing Suicide by Ren, and I thought it'd be really important to do that one at the start of this month because it is Suicide Prevention Month. And as a therapist, that's something I really care about. So I definitely wanted to jump into this song. That way we could talk about it a little bit more, kind of kick off this month with what seemed like a fitting song to do. I'm sure this song is going to be heavy. I don't doubt that. And I want to treat this song, of course, with care and attention that it deserves. So I'm going to spend some time on it. I might do a lot of stopping and going and things like that with this song just because I really want to, know it and hear it really well. So we're going to jump into it right now. I'll save all my other talk for the end of the video, and let's go into it.
The cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Oh, treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely.
Okay, well, if we go ahead and pause it just for a moment, just to kind of talk about the first words that we see here, which it seems like is the chorus, which is going to repeat itself. Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side, which I'm assuming, means someone dying. And then treading on the tracks in the nighttime, it never really felt like the right time. So that kind of, I'm sure, idea of always thinking of doing it, considering doing it. Maybe you're going to do it on the tracks. Maybe you're going to do it somewhere else. But it just hasn't really felt like now is the time to do it, so you're kind of waiting, which is how a lot of people feel, of course. So let's keep going into it, and I just wanted to get that one out of the way first. That way, we can kind of ride through the choruses and everything. Let's hear what the verse has to say.
Suicide, suicide, suicide. I'm so fucking lonely beneath this. Narcissistic, can't keep a secret. Miscount sheep, but can't sleep, a misfit. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. Bruises my brother, one time or the other. My skin felt counterfeit, silicone rubber. Bruises my sister, skin pop the blister. Dig deep, resist the feeling when it hits you.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so the visuals, I think, are doing a really good job of, I would imagine, getting across some of this feeling, some of the stuff that's going on, just the way things feel, kind of like with the Sick Boy video that I did, watching him in that really cold, concrete, dark room. It might not be reality, but it's what it feels like. It's what your reality feels like. And so being able to utilize the graphics in this music video is, I'm sure, showing a lot of what it feels like to be in this dark, depressive, depersonalization, derealization, type of situation that's going on. He's talking about how he's lonely, beneath this narcissistic, can't keep a secret, a misfit, all these other things, talking about how he can't sleep. Which the narcissistic piece, I'm assuming he's referring to himself in that, which is this idea that he is narcissistic, he's just thinking about himself or whatever else, just his own problems. I would imagine that that's what he's referring to, which I think there are a lot of people who feel suicidal who consider themselves to be self-centered or narcissistic, and I don't think that that's really the case. It's just that the problems that they're feeling weigh so heavy on them that they consider doing something that to them feels so selfish, or they think about themselves so much because what they're feeling just causes them to think about their own self so much, that it's hard to think or consider others. It would be like if you just had like an itch on your eyeball. It'd be hard to look at anything or listen to anyone if all you could feel was this itch on your eyeball. It'd be really difficult to pay attention to anything else. And you would just feel like you're constantly thinking of yourself. But maybe I'm off, but that's kind of what I heard him saying in that. Some say trouble, but some say sadistic. So it's like, yeah, you might be a troubled person, or you could be a sadistic person. You could be this awful person. And I work in the school system as a therapist right now, and I used to work in residential facilities, and I would hear that stuff all the time, is this kid's out of control, this kid's a problem, or whatever it could be, or no, this kid's troubled, this kid's having a hard time, this kid isn't trying to give you a hard time, they're just having a hard time. It's kind of looking at it from a different perspective there. But he's also talking about, all this bruises my brother, one time or the other, my skin felt counterfeit, we're just maybe going into that, feeling out of your body, not really feeling yourself, and all that, the dissociation of everything. It bruises my sister's skin, popped the blisters, dig deep, resisting the feeling when it hits you. So yeah, just really well going through what all this feels like and what this means. What I'm loving, if I speak more to the reacting of the music and everything itself, this is another Ren song where I'm kind of surprised by how it sounds, because I've heard the Tales of Ginny and Screech and Vincent's Tale, which all kind of sound similar with that genre and style. And then I also did Sick Boy, which sounded a little bit different. It was a more rap type of situation. And then you had the Chinchilla one, Chalk Outlines, which was like this more radio sounding song of just more casual and melodic and everything. And now this one's got like a nice beat to it, and it's an interesting song that's an earworm that I think gets into your head, and it almost makes listening to this content easy. So that way it doesn't feel so heavy. You can listen to it over and over, and you could say, oh yeah, maybe I resonate with this. Maybe this is something that I deal with, or it causes a casual listener who doesn't struggle with these types of things to maybe sit with it a bit more and consider these things to be problems that other people probably feel. So I really like the way that the music sounds, and I think it's a good way of catching people's ears to it. So let's keep going.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky, a light goes out on the other side.
These visuals are wild, how it goes from the skull to the face to the hand and stuff.
Treading on the tracks in the night,
and the people changing.
It never really felt like the right time.
Wow.
Suicide, suicide, suicide.
Okay, brought that back.
I'm so fucking washed up and seasick. Masochistic kid with a split lip. 6 feet deep, I can't eat, I'm nervous. Won't stay down cause my body purges. Useless my mother, can't keep in my supper. Skin so pale cause my cheeks leak colour. Truth is my father, you choose your karma. Draw for the sword, then drive through the armor.
Interesting. First off, these graphics are really impressive. Whoever did this, high props to you. This is really, really good stuff. And then going into the lyrics, washed up and seasick, masochistic kid with a split lip. Kind of like going into more like the self-deprecation stuff too and everything else. But that's how you're feeling, Got the split lip, maybe even hit, getting into fights, things like that probably. Food won't stay down because the body purges, things like that. I wonder if he's calling his mother useless, which is what it sounds like. Useless is my mother. Can't keep in my supper. Cheeks leak color. I'm guessing that means like bleeding or something. Maybe from fights or just picking at your face or something like that. Truth is my father. You choose your karma. Draw forward the sword, then drive through the armor. I wonder if maybe that's like a sentiment that his father gave him, and so he's like saying the truth is my father, or what that could mean. Maybe let me know below what that could mean, if that's like a sentiment or a thing that he's kind of carried along before. But yeah, overall, he just kind of keeps going on with this idea of just how hard and awful it feels to be like this and to be in this headspace. And it looks like we got a lot more song left to go too, so let's keep going.
Falling through the cracks of the night sky. A light goes out on the other side. Suicide, suicide,
Wow, these graphics are just so wild.
Oh, I. Treading on the tracks in the night time. It never really felt like the right time. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide. Suicide, suicide, suicide.
About to get heavy, I'm sure.
It's hard to take off from the ground when your wings are cut. Your stomach burns when you're drinking from an empty cup. You know the entire ocean came from my tear ducts. I see the world through Fibonacci sequences and double Dutch. I guess there's some that's born lucky, there's some that's not. I tried to cut away my bitterness, hatchet job. I locked my youth inside a trunk, inside a pickup truck, then dumped the whole thing over that same bridge the night you jumped. I think about that sometimes, vividly. What it felt like to look down and see tranquility. One sudden movement in a world of possibility. Only one movement to expose our fragility. I fucking miss you, and I miss myself. I miss thinking we were indestructible as well. I miss chilling by the pier cave and kicking back with Callum, Hugo, Sega, Justin, Stevie and the fucking lads. I miss missing that. I numb myself to close the gap. I never even call them up. The distance is my plastic ass. The truth is that the day you jumped, my childhood jumped too. But I still can't find that anger. All I find is missing you, man, I miss you. With all my rhymes, I picture running 5 minutes quicker, I'm right on time. I picture pulling you back over the edge and then we're crying and holding you, my brother, and telling you that it's fine. Not the way that it worked, cause I was late like a jerk. There's not a day where I could find a way to break from the hurt. Your body missing, so we never got to wave to the hearse. I hope you're listening, I love you, man, I miss you absurd. Fuck.
Dang. Wow. Yes, that one. Oh, those words. You know, there's not a lot of breaking down that you do of that, where you go word line by line and dissect it or something like that, because it's just so there. You know, he lays it all out so vividly and honestly, not like hidden behind anything or anything clever. It's just there. You know, he does it in a very well done way. But some of the stuff really hit me hard, obviously, which is just this idea of having a friend, having someone so close and loved to you. Like, you might be going through these same pains and problems and everything else, or maybe you weren't experiencing this before. And then to have someone else go through with it and do it too. It's, yeah, something that's either going to maybe push you over the edge as well, or it might make you fight harder in an odd way. I've had some clients who this type of stuff happens to them and it made them want to just do it even more. But then, you know, someone was able to get to them in time. Someone was able to get them help in a hospital or something like that, or just help in general. And then there are the people who saw that happen and they saw the pain and the hurt that they felt, and maybe it clicked in their brain that they didn't want to do that and have anyone else feel that way, or maybe it gave them a sense of like fighting for life, because then they realized how much more they wish that that friend would have fought for life. And then it makes them fight for that life as if, you know, they were kind of vicariously staying alive for their friend, you know. It's all such a messy, hard, complex thing too when it comes to suicide and mental health and things like this, because, you know, there's no winners or in this type of stuff. You know, it's all really tragic and hard. And there's not a lot of good words for it. But I think he gets across the emotion of what that's like to not only witness it, but to walk around feeling it and feeling like you want to. just this idea of witnessing someone go through it, and us seeing him and his pain, talking about how the ocean came from his tear ducts. Just tons and tons and tons of sadness. Talking about trying to cut away his bitterness, locked my youth inside of a trunk. Just really stressing how much his life just got tucked away and flipped upside down, and everything just stopped and halted. And then you go through the problems that he did have, which is just got to make it even worse to go through the sickness and everything as well. But I'm glad that I watched this song and that I picked this song, because I think it gets the message across really, really well of how important a month like this is, and how important it is for us to help those who need help. And if you are also one of those who need help, how to try to ask for that help or try to get that help too. When you're in a situation like this where you're the one struggling, it's kind of hard to, at times, think through the rational thing of it all, of the whole thing of, imagine that one of your friends is feeling like you are, and they're wanting to give up their life. They're wanting to, go through with it. How would you feel losing that friend? And you could try to ask that question to yourself, and at the same time, the rational isn't always going to work, because when you feel it so strongly, it's convincing. It's almost hard to deny it even, because of how convincing it kind of feels. And to push back against it and to fight against it and to try to get better and get healing, it feels like something you just don't want to do sometimes. It feels like something you just wish you could just give up, and not have to do it. Which is why just talking to yourself, talking to the feelings and the thoughts in your head just isn't going to cut it for you. And if you have a friend or loved one who you think is feeling this way, letting them do that as well isn't going to help. They have to have somebody to help them. The 21 Pilots has a really good song off their latest album, Clancy, where he's saying, at the risk of feeling dumb, check in. It's not worth the risk of losing a friend. And I think that that's so true. And it's not always the friends that you think have the problem either. It could be any of them. It could be the strongest, toughest looking friend that you got, the one who might seem the most confident and self-assured and just happy and all those things. It could be that person who is the one that's really, really struggling, and you got to check in with them. And you have to be honest with your friends if you're that one who's struggling. But once again, I think this month is one of those months where it's really tough. It's really tough. It's not just so simple as saying, here's a flyer, here's an Instagram post, here's a this, here's a that, get better, we hope you stay alive. It's just not as easy as doing that type of stuff. We have to be in community, we have to be in relationship, we have to talk to people. So if you know of someone who is struggling, please reach out to them. Please let them know that you are someone that they can rely on, and try to get them some help too, whatever that looks like, whether it is with a therapist or a hotline. A super, super popular group is Tourette Love in Her Arms. They do a really good job of raising awareness for things like this and promoting help and getting people help and sponsoring help and things like that too. But it's the access to getting help is super, super easy. It's as easy as calling a phone number. It's as easy as reaching out to almost any therapy group and everything too. But I'm going to leave links in the description below and here on the screen that's going to give places that you can call or reach out to if you feel like you need help or if you feel like someone else needs help too. One thing that I would encourage you to do is to look up ways that you can offer help to people like this. This whole month I'm going to be offering tips and advice on how to help people who are going through these problems, just with health, mental health in general, ways to help yourself, ways to get help and things like that. So just continue to look for those types of things that I post and that I provide, as well as looking at other people and how they do it too. So I just want to say thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart for even logging on to this channel and checking out what I have to say. And I really hope that you've stuck around for all of this as well, because this is the heart of what I want to do and talk about is this type of stuff. Please subscribe just so that way you can hear more from me, or go to maybe like another therapist account and subscribe for this month to see what they have to say about getting help and things too. And if you have any questions as far as maybe how to help people, how to give help, how to provide help, please leave some comments below. I can't, of course, be a therapist here on this platform, but I can offer some therapist advice for those who are seeking to give help to others. So that's definitely what I want to help you guys do. So thank you all very much. I hope you have a really good day, and I will see you in the comments below. Thank you.